were much more dignified. They said it is a formal process of demotivation. Okay. This is the way organization tends to demotivate its employees. Because they are going to compare. Do you like to be compared? You compare, you know. As kids you were all compared. So your dad would call you, so what's your name? Ankit. So Ankit, as a kid would call his parents, would say, "Acha Ankit, batao, marks dikhao apne." Mark sheet would come. "Ankit, kya hua? Maths you got only 60 out of 100? Very bad, very bad." See, Khanna Saab's son, he's got 100 out of 100. And there Ankit is feeling, "Oh, adhi par milega na Khanna Saab ka beta, I'll give him a nice lesson." Because I am getting compared. And a performance management system is a comparative tool. At the end of the day, we put all the HR analytics, we put a lot of statistics, and we do a normalization. And we'll say these are A categories, B categories, C categories, and these are D categories. A categories get 20%, B categories are happy that their job is there. Okay. So it's a comparative tool, and hence people see as a process of demotivation. This was a very interesting one. Those who did not have any subordinates, they said it was the boss's time to get back. The whole year the boss would not say much, but when it came to assessment time, performance management time, the boss would unwind. So he will then show his power, because boss has the power to give a rating. Or maybe in some companies they have got mediocre. But formally, the management felt that if this process was done more with a higher frequency, it would be much better for the company. Okay. So to make matters very simple, I did a lot of study. I took out some of my research papers that I did when I was in NCR. And I came to some of these 4 points which I thought that people love. A recent Harvard study in June 2011, if I'm not mistaken, shared about that what is that people look in a PMS, what drives a performance management system. And this would be critical to all of you, whether you are in human resources, finance, marketing, systems, logistics, the new subject is logistics, supply chain, old time operations. You will be managing the performance of your people. Okay? And these 4 aspects were seen as a heartbeat for that performance. And what were those? First is, it should be a very simple process. The lengthier the form, higher the anxiety. Business driven. Now, what do I mean by business driven? Let me also give you an example. When I started my career, I was in sales. So I used to sell insurance. Yeah. Third was linked to right aspects. And there was a very nice example for here. There was a marketing manager who had a goal. Increase market penetration by 25%. Do you think it's a good goal? Yes? Yes. How many say it's a good goal? You can raise your hand, it's your hand. Increase market penetration by 25%. Which market? By when? Of which product? In which segment? No specifics. So after 1 year, he says he has increased by 25%. The company says where? He says everywhere. And there is no one-point consensus. Because the goal itself was not very clear. And that's what I meant by link to right aspect. Am I making the goal in my performance management system? Are my KRs and KPIs defined to the core, defined to the detail? Because then ambiguity will cease and specifics will come in. Actively work and consult with fairly large organizations. PMS needs to maintain and enhance self-respect of the person. If a PMS is designed as a danda study, okay, then probably the personal aspect tends to get lost. Second is you need to listen to the employee. Why did the employee not do it? Or why couldn't the employee not do it? Because the industry environment is constantly changing. It's extremely dynamic today. What you're planning to do, you might not be able to do it. Government regulations change. A fairly large company just went bust because the dollar pricing changed. A a dollar which was being traded at 39 rupees became suddenly 54 rupees. Naturally, for that company, that was a massive, massive setback. But to cut my address, and if you have any questions, I'll be very happy to answer them. And as I end my presentation, I have a small last story to share with you, which I found very valuable, and I have repeated this on God knows how many seminar conferences and programs. So, there was this group of Harvard scientists who were doing some research on human behavior. So they collected a group of monkeys, and they put these monkeys in an enclosure. बड़े से पिंजरे में उनको डाल दिया. This enclosure was very nice. In the center of this enclosure there was a ladder. On top of the ladder there was a bunch of bananas. So बंदर अंदर गए, उन्होंने सारे केले देखे बहुत खुश हो गए. They happily went, climbed that ladder, touched the banana. The moment the first monkey touched the banana, whoosh! सारे डायरेक्शन से पानी आया, बंदर भीग गया. And monkey doesn't like getting wet. But they were resilient, perseverant, goal-oriented monkeys. So they went again, touched, whoosh, water. Third time, water. After 5-6 tries they gave up. They said, sorry, we love bananas, but we love to stay dry more. So they happily sat down, did nothing. After some time, scientists took out one of the old monkeys, put a new one in. This new one came inside. He said, bananas, ladder, monkeys, and stupid monkeys. And their bananas hanging, and they don't want to eat it. This new monkey went straight up the ladder, touched the bananas, whoosh, water came. This monkey got startled. All the other monkeys also looked at him. They said, what do you think? We don't like bananas. हम सीढ़ी नहीं चढ़ सकते. कौन बोला तुम्हें खाने के लिए जब हम नहीं खा रहे? And they caught him and gave him a nice pitai. The poor monkey got beaten up, starting the farm. They again took out an old monkey, put a new one in. Now this new one came. He looked at the bananas. All the new old monkeys looked at him. They said, "ये भी नया है. New idea apply करेगा." Even before this new monkey could go to the ladder, all of them got him and gave him a knife thrust. And the monkey who had got beaten up last time, guess what? He was beating the most. But this poor monkey has got thoroughly beaten up. So after some time they replaced all the monkeys with new monkeys. Now none of the monkeys in this enclosure had ever got wet. A new monkey comes in. The moment the new monkey comes in, all the old monkeys bounce upon him and give him a nice thrashing. जो बेचारा बंदर पिट रहा है उसको ये नहीं पता मैं क्यों पिट रहा हूँ. जो पीट रहा है उसको भी नहीं पता मैं क्यों पीट रहा हूँ. पर कोई केला नहीं खा रहा. And the culture of the organization has changed. Okay. Same thing is with PMS. One action that you do gets replicated. If you want to change it, it is too tough. Okay. So enjoy your bananas while you can. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable thoughts about the different issues in the performance management system. We will discuss about how the performance management system should be designed, where it should be simple, believable, goal-oriented, and should be business-driven.
Now I'd like to call Mr. Shubhankar Ghosh, Manager HR, Muthoot Fincorp Limited, on the desk for sharing his learning. Please.
Good afternoon, Director sir. Good afternoon, Dr. Saurav, if he is present here. Good afternoon, panel members and dear students. I have a PPT, but I would better, like to explain you with the live examples so that it goes directly into your head. Today's topic is very much relevant. And I would take into both the things, as an HR professional, and also if you get a job in different departments apart from HR, I will take both so that you can correlate it and you can understand what are the challenges which we face in the corporate segment. Before I take the example, I would like to talk something about myself and my company. I am Shubhankar. I am heading the HR for the Northern India, and I belong to a company called Muthoot Fincorp Limited. We are basically a non-banking financial company, and our primary product is gold loan. Now, with NBFC, you can definitely understand that it's a very sales-driven organization. Definitely there will be targets related to it. And in a sales-driven organization, almost 80 to 85% of the employees are sales professionals. So, first example which I would like to tell. For example, if you have, because we are spreading our branches all across India, there are a lot of places we are opening up branches which are isolated places. Like a small area in Rajasthan or UP or maybe some area in Haryana and Punjab. As an HR professional, definitely talent acquisition is a very difficult thing. If you talk about the right kind of talent, it's hardly available in the market, believe me or not. When you will actually do the recruitment activity staffing, you will understand what I mean. At the same time, you have got a lot of people coming for the interview, as Anil had already, taken a mock interview, and he asked a lot of questions. So as an HR professional, you would also be asking a lot of questions during the interviews. And people would try to frame the answers in front of you and try to, make you understand that I am the right fit for the job, right? At the same time, I have seen a lot of HR professionals selling the job because in a talent acquisition, there are a lot of targets with the HR people also. What happens, I will give you a practical example. In a banking or a non-banking industry, maximum of the infrastructure is not ours. It's basically a leased property. For example, the infrastructure is ready and the employees are not trained or not recruited. So what will happen? There is a notional and there is a cost involved to it, and the cost will go high. So the things will come back to an HR that why haven't you recruited the people? Now what people do with their HR, they tend to be under pressure and they select the wrong people. Now what they will do? When they will interview the candidates, they will not explain the job role properly. They are not, they are HR people. The problem with the HR guys is not that nowadays, believe me or not. I am not talking any high funda things here. Let's be very basics and fundamental. Because you will all be joining at the basic level or at a junior management level in the HR field. Each and every HR professional should be aligned with the business. When you join any company as an HR professional, please try to understand about the company. As rightly said by Anirudh, maximum of the people who are working, they are unaware about the values and vision of the company. Some people are not even aware who are the directors in the board. Now, if an HR professional is such that he is unaware about all these things, how will he recruit the right kind of people? How will he recruit the right kind of DNA for the organization? He himself doesn't know what is the objective of the company. So it's very important as an HR, you should know very well, you should be thorough with the objective of the company, the job role, the job description. Moreover, if you are recruiting people for a sales kind of a role, you should be very clear that there will be target associated with the job. A small place, maybe I just came back, today itself from a place called Barmer. It's in Rajasthan. Is that the work of an HR? Are HR professional clerks? We are not clerks. Most of the time, HR professional just works on the orders of the other departments. And why it happens, I am telling you, because they are not themselves aware about the subject matter. When you work as an HR professional, please, I am telling you again and again, as Arvind has also stated, networking with the stakeholders is very important. It is something like you have sold an insurance policy to a customer and you have never called that customer afterwards. There should be something called an after sales. Isn't it? Similarly, in an HR field, you need to be constantly connected with the people. Not only with the managers but with the employees also. If you are not reviewing or if you are not understanding what is the problem, you cannot directly take an action. Maybe it can be a genuine reason. For example, without knowing the facts and figures, if you terminate the person, the pressure is again going to come back to you. Why? Because there is a replacement hiring which needs to be done. Please understand that the matter is very complicated. Number one is a staffing problem. It's very difficult to get the right kind of quality. Number two, about the job role, they are not described properly. That's why they are not focused. Number three, when they don't perform well, you are not in a position to counsel them properly. And number four, if the person leaves the organization, if it is a forced resignation or maybe a kind of a guided resignation or a termination, the fourth thing is that you have to hire one more person.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable thoughts about contemporary issues of performance management system. And recently we are joined by our guest, Mr. Prasoon Tripathi, Vice President, HR and Strategy Planning, RJ Corp, and Mr. Kumar Gandharv, People Strategist, RJ Corporation.
Limited. He also has worked at DGM Corporate HR at RJ Corp. He has done his PG Diploma in Management from Institute of Management Technology, Ghaziabad. And to felicitate our honorable guest, I would like
Mr. Kumar Gandharv is currently working in Devyani International Limited as People Strategist. He specializes in employee engagement, cultural interventions, change implementation, leading, coaching and taking workshops. His expertise is in organizational development, bulk recruitment, strategic HR, employee engagement, coaching, leadership, performance management and team building. His area of interest are leadership research, organizing workshop and reading. He is very fond of listening, playing and composing music and new technologies and pets, especially dogs. And now to felicitate our guest, I would like to call Ms. Jyoti to come to the welcome bouquet. Forward, I would like to call Mr. Prasoon Tripathi, Vice President, HR, Strategic Planning, RJ Corporation, to kindly come on the dais and share his experience and knowledge with us. Please.
We would be talking a few things on HR analytics. And I know that since morning you have been into all this. By now you know what HR analytics and what we know. So don't worry. If you allow me, can I speak in Hindi? Because my English is very poor. So I find it difficult to speak English. So if you allow me to speak in Hindi.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay with you?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. In fact, जब हम बात करते हैं ना HR analytics की, looks like a huge big thing. Lot of things, statistics by Mr. Damodar, running into one formula, running into 1.5 pages, and very, very, very dangerous. So we'll just make it very simple. 1 or 2 lines of HR analytics, and we'll simply share some success stories of HR analytics which got major success and proven results. So very, very simple for you to make it analytics. Kumar is here, Kumar is a world-class implementer. Whatever you give it to him, he will ideate, he will expand, and then he will implement and measure it. So we'll make it simple. I'll just there's a company called Capital Analyst. उसके CEO का कहना है that isolate the impact. So just to make it before we talk about what analysis, so something called isolate the impact. So what is the isolating the impact? Simply, you do some training for sales, and you will see that in the next 2 months or 3 months, sales grows by 25%. तो ढेर सारे तालियां बजती हैं और अच्छी बात है कि ट्रेनिंग की वजह से 25% सेल्स में ग्रोथ आ गई है. Now it's very important to part of analysis to isolate the impact. Why is that 25%? Because of system. Have you taken the care of market conditions, the competition, the way they behave, availability of product, durability of product? So it's very important. So you must take out the impact. So isolate them.